As you all know, the important thing is to have a straight back. Some people like to meditate lying down. Many people, like me, find that that would just send me to sleep, so I meditate sitting up. And either way, your back needs to be straight. And this is connected with the effect of the breath on the energy system of your body. And you can feel this as you straighten your back. You can feel that your breath almost runs the length of your spinal column. Probably exaggerating a bit, but what happens is that when you do breath meditation with a straight back, somehow your energy settles and calms much better than if you were slumped or, arched your back outwards or something. And when you become conscious of the straight back, you become conscious of your backbone in the metaphorical sense as well as the literal sense. Because your backbone or spine is what holds up your skeleton, your entire body. This is particular for humans because we walk very upright, generally. So as you sit and allow your energy to settle, feel the strength of your backbone. It's kind of like the center of your being in certain ways. It's unfortunate that we tend to center our being in the middle of our skull, our brain, just sort of behind our eyes, behind our ears. But when you meditate, bring the center lower down, and you can let it be the spinal column itself. And then you can sort of feel your right and left sides as symmetrical and position your body so that they are symmetrical. And this gives a wonderful experience of stability. And probably already you can feel the energy from all around your body settling. You're no longer focused on your head, such as your eyes or your brain. And by focusing on your spine, you're kind of including your whole body because your shoulders hang off it to the right and left. And your hips are either side. And your belly just rounded within your pelvis and your legs arranged in a comfortable, stable way. So this is the settling of your, what we could call gross body, which is your skeleton, your limbs, your organs, your flesh and blood, and so on. And this enables what we sometimes call the subtle body, which is the energy system, to stabilize. And the subtle body is like a bridge between the gross body and the mind, because the mind works through the energy system to enable you to do things physically, including the operation of your senses. So feeling embodied is a really good sort of starting point for any meditation session. And as we'll see in the second meditation today, accepting this embodiment is very important. So just start now, just accepting. I am here in my body or with my body. And the energy system or subtle body is constantly nourished by the breath. This is a really important point, connecting us with the environment. As we know, the planet and the sun and so forth have evolved an environment within which life can happen. And we owe our very life to the fact that we can breathe just the right amount of oxygen to revitalize our bloodstream and so forth. So having established the posture of the gross body, from within the subtle body, experience the breath. Not just air coming in and out, but the process of your whole energy system, breathing. Don't even think of it as breathing, the word breathing. Experience it as the ebb and flow, the coming and going, like the waves at the sea. And just be that process as you meditate. Being this natural process of ebb and flow shows that we're not separate from the earth beneath us, from the atmosphere surrounding us, from the sky above us with the sun shining in the sky, and for everything else that lives on this earth. We're not separate. We are participating in the process of life on earth. So as you meditate, just feel that participation. Don't think about it, just feel it. And keep your focus on the movement of the breath. So we've somewhat let go of the sense of oneself as a separate individual. And move to a perspective where our self is the whole of nature. Our body and our mind are part of that. So when we breathe, the earth breathes through us. Just feel it. Don't think about it. And be aware of the nourishment that you have generated within yourself through this meditation. Just feel that nourishment throughout your being. Now we'll have about 1 minute just for a little stretch or change of posture, whatever you need to do. And in a moment, we'll start the second meditation. And we're doing a whole series on relationship or self and other. And We're still in the first part, which is just exploring self, or basically the question, who or what is sitting here? So when you're ready, come back to a meditation posture. Could be the same as before or different, whatever suits you. And settle back into your body. And towards the end of last year, we focused mainly on mind, that part of us which is conscious, the conscious part. And today we're going to start looking more at the body. Because when we think who or what is sitting here, when we ask that question, just feel it within you, that question, who or what is sitting here? The answer to the who is simply me, whatever that feels like, which is obviously changeable. And the what, which the me designates, could be summed up as a mind and a body. And in meditation, we mainly work on our mind. But it's very important to acknowledge and work with our body. And nowadays, there's quite a lot of talk about embodied practice or embodied meditation, those sort of terms, to emphasize that we're not meditating in order to get away from our body. But there's so many questions around our relationship to our body. Even just that phrase suggests that I have a body rather than I am a body. Just look at those two ideas. I have a body or I am a body. So one way of looking at it is that our body is the means by which our mind connects with the world around us and with other people, other living beings. Generally, they can't see or touch our mind. Even in a Zoom call like this, when your camera is switched on, other people see part of your body, your face. And when you first see yourself in the video picture, there's a sort of sense, this is how I look to other people. Like when we start the day in front of the mirror. Often we're preparing our body to be presented to others. So part of our relationship with our body is sort of the way that we appear to others. But in meditation, particularly when we meditate alone, we can let go of that self-conscious relationship. And feel our body from within. And what we experience is private. Nobody else can see that. It's not to do with how we look from the outside. It's how we feel physically from inside. And this experience is generated through mind and energy, opening up. A kind of inner looking. And because it's private, it's really safe to feel open to one's body. in this way. And this term embodied practice or embodied meditation is connected with discussion and exploration of trauma, because it's understood that traumatic experiences somehow linger or hold on within the body. And people who've been traumatized sometimes try to get out of their body to avoid the pain. Particularly true of abuse. And there's many kinds of abuse. But often the experience is within the body, and as a result, we don't want to be there. So this kind of embodied meditation can be part of a process of healing. So if what I said triggered some thoughts or memories or whatever, don't think about them as stories. Just settle your energy within your body and give room for the feelings. To reverberate in your system without blocking and without exaggerating. Just allowing. In this kind of meditation, it's best to really not try to do anything, rather to be with whatever there is. And remembering how we started with the backbone. Stay centered. Not tightly, but strongly. Firm, open, courageous. And if you find tension accruing at a certain point in your body or in a certain place, just let it disperse throughout your energy system. Let the healing energy dissolve it. I'm right here in my body. But my body is not restricted. It's almost like space. It's so open. It can hold, carry, process everything I've ever experienced. There's nothing to fear.